Hi, everyone. Welcome. We're currently working on the first problem in the OneDrive, which is sample problem 1. Someone did a port scan, and we want you to tell us which ports were open when that scan happened. We're working on that problem. We're giving anyone a couple minutes. Hey, if you think you know the answer, you can just put it in the chat if you feel confident. If you have no idea, that's fine too. We'll go over how to get the answer. But if you want to, you can put the answer in the chat. Like maybe you think port 80 and 443. Just put 80, 443. Start with the lowest port number and go up. Okay? Anybody have any port that they know that's open yet? Everyone have Wireshark?
I think I got a few. I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. Yeah. Let's give it a guess. Give it a try. No harm, no foul here. Okay, I'll give you 3 more minutes, then I'll go over the answer. Eddie was at the Loyola CTF. Mike got it.
Oh.
Got it correctly. Got it correct. Mike got the correct answer.
Nice.
Now, I'll show you how we got that correct answer. First, before I show my way, Mike, do you want to tell the class how you got the right answer?
Yeah, so I know that typically for a when you're doing like an Nmap scan, you'll have like the SYN, ACK, and then and there'll be like an RSet or an R basically a drop of the connection once so that's kind of how a scan works, right? You basically probe, and then when the connection says, "Hey, I'm ready to connect," you just send that RSet packet to terminate the connection. So I just filtered for RSet packets, and then I just looked for all the unique ports.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. Yeah, and what he's referring to is the TCP handshake. So the way I was taught to do it when I was in the DoD is to type TCP.flags.syn = 1 and TCP.flags.x base = 1. And so when you do that, you will see 20, and you can, I think, click one of these and it makes them in order. 21, 80, 139, 445, 3389. So those are the ports. That's what I use. I'll put that in the chat if you want to copy my filter. That filter comes in handy a lot. Okay, perfect. Now let's get on to something harder. Also, for your viewing pleasure, there is the answer key in that PNG file. Now, on to sample problem number 2. Let me open it up. And oh, goodness there. Okay, good. You didn't see sample problem 2. All right. Sample problem 2 is just a ping scan, and you need to tell me 2 things. What hosts are up and who did the scan. You have 5 minutes. Hosts are up. And don't worry, they get more complicated than these. And who did the scan? You know, what IP address did it originate from? That's problem number 2. I'm still sharing the screen, right? Yes? No? Yep. Good. Okay, good. All right. I'm going to go on mute for a minute. 28th or the 30th. Okay, if you got the answer, you can go ahead and put it in the chat. And then we'll go over the solution. And I'll show you an easy way to get it. Did everybody hear that? Hello?
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay, sorry about that. I went on mute and went off mute. Okay, so if you have the answers, put it in the chat. The requester is 55. That is correct. Let's see how many IP addresses were responding to the scan and what were they in order numerically. Okay, people are still working. We'll give another 2 or 3 minutes. Anybody got one of the ones?
I think I got a few, but I didn't really go about it probably the right way.
3 is up, correct. Yeah, the CyberMaryland, I think like there's a good. I think Michael got it. I think with CyberMaryland, there's a good 50 or so PCAP problems. All right, so without further ado, a suspense. Well, here's the answer, which I will put in the thing. So when I looked at it, you see all these. The one thing that immediately comes to your mind is like, wow, there's no actually layer. There's no layer 3 traffic. There's no, like if you type IP, there's nothing. So you have to look at the MAC address traffic. Now here's what's interesting. It you can tell it's a scan because it's who has this, who has this. This is how you can tell who the bad person is. The 55. Now this right here is a that's an answer, right? So that tells me something's that. So if you sort, you see how this is, if you sort by the info column, right here, I think you get all of them, right? Is that right? So let's see. Let's look at the answer. 100, 175, 3, and 7. Yep. So basically, you gotta look at those column headings and see what you can do. I thought that there was something with length, but it was clearly the info that was the difference. And notice that the rest of them are broadcast, right? So if you filtered out all the broadcast, now how would I do that? There's got to be some way to filter out the broadcast. But anyway, if you did that with the bang, that would probably, there should be a, okay, so what's this? Apply as filter. Oh, okay. Oh. There you go. I'll copy and paste that. All right. Now we'll get on to something a little bit. Here's your answer key. Now, next problem. Let's see what this one is. This one's pretty easy. Oh, thank goodness I didn't click that button by accident, because that would have given away the whole thing. Anyway, at this point, I want you to, the only thing I'm going to say to you is there is something very off base about this problem. That is off base. So I will give you 3 minutes to work on that, and then I will give you a hint, and then we'll see if anyone gets the answer. If you get the answer, just put it in the chat. I'll go on mute for a few minutes. Again, we're working on sample problem 3. Something is way off base. If you get the answer, put it in the chat. Okay, anybody getting anywhere? Anybody get anything about the off base comment?
I have a guess.
Too big. All right. What's your
I'm seeing a lot of like, I mean, is this a sin flood?
So that's probably a distraction. So if you're seeing a lot of this, that's just background noise to distract you. So look at the FTP traffic. Look at the FTP traffic. This may not. Oh yeah, it's in here. This is it. This is what you were talking about. This.
Yeah, I saw I just had to Google it really quick. I saw there was a char gen protocol or character generation protocol that was being used.
Yeah, but that's just a bunch of noise to put people down a rabbit hole. All right, so I gave you the hint. FTP. Did anybody find what's off base, or anybody have an answer they want to type in the everyone? I'll give you 2 more minutes, then I'll go over it, because we got to get to the other stuff because it keeps getting better. This one's a little easier, but it's a 2-stepper.
It looks like I see a password, I see a user, I see anonymous login allowed, I see a bad file.
Okay, yes, that again was just noise. So we're looking at this. And what is that?
Oh, that looks like base 64.
It is. So what is the decoded representation of that? What should we use? What site? Guys,
CyberChef.
CyberChef.
CyberChef, yep. Okay. So if we go into CyberChef and we do from base 64, we paste that, and there's your password. All right, so one thing that you could have done, not necessarily, you just do a frame contains capital PASS, quote it, so it's not fuchsia, but it's green, and there you go. So we're looking for passwords. But it's not that. You have to take another step and decode the password. All right, next one is better. Oh, by the way, here is your, where'd that OneDrive go? Sorry, too many windows. Okay, here's your answer. UMGC 123. Okay, the next one, sample problem number 4.pcap. Lots of PCAPs. Okay, now stop sharing for 1 second just so I don't accidentally give it away. All right, cool. Okay. So now this one's a little bit more challenging, and will start to enjoy these things a little bit more. In this one, you need to find out what user the hacker created. You will need to find out what user the hacker created. We are in sample number 4. What user did the hacker create? And add to the administrators group. Sample problem 4. Okay. Okay, if you get it, oh, somebody chatted. Yes, we are getting the files from the share. It's at the beginning of our chat, and I apologize for that. I also can upload them to this meeting through this too. Here's the latest. Is that helpful? There's 4. There's 3. And there's 2. Okay. Work on that. Tell me, who did the hacker create? Once you find what you need to find, it all gets easy from there. It's just getting to that point. That's the tough part. What user did the hacker create? Anybody getting anywhere?
Well, they did it over SSH for sure.
Okay, all right, so I'm with you. Can you read SSH?
Sometimes.
I wish we could.
Well, maybe it's not SSH. Maybe they just used port 22. Maybe you need to scroll down as far as you can and look through it. And maybe it's not fully encrypted. Just because this word says encrypted doesn't necessarily mean that it is, because look at what I see right here.
Oh no.
All right. So yes, don't be fooled by 443 and 22 and assume that they are always encrypted, because that's kind of what Wireshark has to report. So we're going to right click, follow TCP stream. And does it look encrypted? Anybody know what that is? That's the malicious payload, interpreter payload coming across the wire and probably metserve.dll being downloaded to the victim machine in RAM. And then look at what happens. There's some type of readable stuff. Now, interpreter is fully encrypted these days, but I used a version that hadn't quite got there yet. But it's definitely not easily readable. But wait until you get down here, till when all this crap stops loading. All right, finally at the bottom. You could have just segmented and gone to the... All right, so the attacker gets a command prompt, right? And a hacker adds a user called who? System32.
Yeah.
With a password of 123. Was that one harder? Now
Yeah, it was a little more challenging. It was I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little I don't maybe trolled is the wrong word to use. I fell right into that trap of I just saw SSH and immediately skimmed past it because I was like, oh, I can't read that. And looks like you can.
Yeah, no, but you couldn't read the first lot of it, but then you could. Yes. So this actually is just attacker using that port. It's not SSH traffic, it's interpreter traffic. Older interpreter traffic. Okay. We're going to kind of go with that theme again in sample problem 5, but before we do that, we will show our answer. He created system32 and added system with a password of 123, pass 123, and added them to the administrator. Okay, so now for the next one, which is sample problem 5, go ahead and look at that. And now that you have a hint as to what type of things can happen, take a few minutes, and you may wonder, this is good. Find the hash of the user, and find the hash of the user that the hacker created because it looks weird, and then go crack it. So first of all, you got to find the traffic, find what the hacker is doing, And then you're going to see a user that is extremely a non-standard account, but it's kind of close to what you might see on a Windows machine, but it's not. And when you find that user, you will find a password hash. Then crack that password hash. Then put that password in the chat if you get there. So again, you are going to view the hacker's output and look for a user that you think is not a legitimate Windows account, but it's definitely something that is trying to look like a legitimate Windows account. And then get that password for the user. All right, so this one's a little bit more challenging. We'll give you about 6 minutes unless somebody can put the answer in the chat, and then we'll cover it. Anybody getting anywhere? You figure out what command the hacker ran to.
Might be getting close.
Okay, I'll give you a few more minutes. Problem here is there's multiple levels. First, you got to find the traffic that's relevant. Second of all, you got to find out which of those accounts is probably bogus, and then
Oh, I think
get
I
the
got it.
password for that account.
All right, I think I'm getting somewhere. You said we have to figure out which account was bogus.
Yeah, that the hacker likely created because it's not a legitimate Windows account, but it seems really close to what you would think. You might have to do a little research if you only go back to Windows 7. I don't know.
think I might. I think I might have it.
Okay, what is it?
Is it IWAM underscore WinXP?
No, that's a legitimate account.
Ah, dang it! I need to know more about XP.
But at least you found the accounts. That's a legitimate account.
It's one of these.
That's right. I'll tell you where he's looking. Well, do you want to tell me how you got to at least where you are? So I mean, I know how I would get there, but how'd you find the interpreter traffic? What led you there?
Yeah, so I was just I did a quick scroll through most of the traffic here. Let me see if I can kind of recreate it. Let me turn off my filters. So I sorted by protocol, and I saw a bunch of the SYN nonsense, which I think was probably just noise. And then I saw a bunch of TCP traffic here.
Right.
That was I just followed that stream.
Yeah. So you bring up a really good point. For a lot of these things like this that are staged, you can sometimes go towards the end of the story. If the CTF question creator wants to put a bunch of noise at the end, they can. You look right down here, you see this doesn't look like web traffic, does it? And I see words down there. But, you know, if this was over 443, I would be like, whoa, that's not. But anyway, here's some interpreter payload. If you go to the bottom, you will see the user ran a command in interpreter to get. Let's see what command they ran. They ran that command, which is hash dump. That's the command, but this is obviously what shows up in the whatever encoded environment. So, gosh, the fake account is staring me right in the no, it's not. It's not N dash administrator. A very good answer, but that is that RID. That's the actual administrator account. It's 500. This is from this other thing here. That's not part of it. That's just from the encoding scheme. So it's not administrator.
I'm guessing it's helper assistant.
Yes. There is these accounts are for the IIS. So those are legit, and help assistance legit, and guest is legit, and support was typically one that was on an XP2. What is not legit is helper assistant. Okay, so now you got a password hash. Now, how do you crack it? That Caleb, that's the password for the administrator, but this is the fake account right here. Helper assistant.
One of the things I wanted to mention too, Jesse, as I was looking at it, was I noticed that user ID immediately after. As I was looking at it a little bit closer, I noticed that you see help assistant 1000, and then helper assistant was 1014,
Right.
which is pretty significant jump.
I bet help assistant is always 1000 too, if you Google it. But yes. But did you get this password? That was my
Oh, let me see if I can get it really quick.
This is really a 3-step problem. Yes, correct. WinXP is the password. And here is the answer. Ta-da. Now, this would be a little tough if you were doing, it depends if the CTF writer uses the regex or the static key, because some of the keys are case sensitive and some aren't. So technically, I could have used it, and you might have to guess a bunch of these. But anyway, that was some of our training for our PCAP stuff for CyberMaryland. I will put your answer key pictures in there. And that's all we had for the this evening. Did anyone, before we stop the recording or video, did anyone have any comments, thoughts, questions, feedback about those problems? Good to hear something from somebody. Anybody?
I thought it was good stuff. It's always fun getting to dig into Wireshark and whatnot. It can be a little daunting when you first open it up, but having these little walkthroughs and kind of like baby stepping through it is, I think, super helpful.
All right, great. Yeah, and some of them are one-step problems, some of them are two, some of them are three. So you can see by just changing a column, by looking at encrypted traffic, by ignoring the noise. A lot of these have a lot of noise. By looking towards the end of the file, these are all helpful hints. Doing a lot of, as you saw, I used a lot of filters. You can do a frame contains pass. We could have done a frame contains net to look for the net user command. Now, you didn't necessarily know it was a Windows machine being attacked, but usually it is. So there's lots of strategies. And, over time, you'll build more confidence. And the other thing you can do is just, this is where the magic happens. Let me share my screen again. That would be screen 1. Okay, so yeah, you can just make your own machines and set up your own scenarios and do various things with Wireshark and set stuff up. But we're going to go beyond Wireshark. Yeah, there'll still be a couple next week, but we're going to start looking at some other things as well. So everyone, I appreciate you getting on there. I'm going to stop the recording. I am